What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique, the hardest working man in sports and gaming. And we're talking this morning about Zach LaVine. You saw the title of the video, and I just been kind of really digging into this season with Zach. I've kind of gone through this little change because at first it started off, I was just like, yeah, you know what? I know the numbers are being there, the raw numbers of scoring and that sort of thing. But I wasn't really sold on him being a part of hopefully what will become something where the Bulls are trending upward. Obviously, that's not happening this year, no matter who comes back from injury. We've already talked about it before. The biggest issues are front office and head coach. Some people might even go as far as ownership. We know that. But I'm at a place now where I feel like the best thing to do is to just appreciate the season that Zach LaVine is having. And I'm going to tell you, he is moving towards what I would call some rare air. So if Zach LaVine plays in each of the last 20 games and stays on the current pace, so right now he's averaging 25 and a half points a game. He's played in all 60 games, which is pretty phenomenal considering how many injuries his teammates have endured, how bad the Bulls have been. Quite easy for him to, you know, feel a little bit, under the weather or have a little bit of an ankle, a little bit of a knee, a little bit of a wrist and say, hey, I can't go today. But he's been going out there anyway. But if he stays on his current pace, he'll actually eclipse 2,000 points for this season. And only three players in Bulls history, only three other players in Bulls history have ever had a season where they scored 2,000 or more points. Now, I didn't say it's only happened three times. I said there's only been three players who have ever done it. I'm going to give y'all a second. Obviously, it's not live, but I'm going to give you a second to see if you can guess which three players. All right, time's up. Obviously, Michael Jordan's one. Michael Jordan did it 11 times, 11 times over 2,000 points. He actually eclipsed 3,000 points as well in a single season. Next one is Bob Love. Bob Love did it back-to-back seasons twice. He went over 2,000 points. And the third one, I know a lot of y'all probably said Scotty. It's not Scotty. Scotty actually never scored 2,000 points in a season. It's actually Derrick Rose, the MVP season. He scored over 2,000 points. Those are the only three players, right? So if LaVine stays on his current current pace and go, or even maybe he even goes even higher, he can move up into the point where he's a top 10 to 13 season in, this will be the top 10 or 13 scoring season in Bulls history. If he just stays on that current pace and eclipses 2,000 points, he'll just clear it. It'll be the 15th best scoring season in Bulls history, which I think is pretty phenomenal. And one of the biggest knocks on Zach, even coming to the Bulls, was that he wasn't all that efficient. And I'm not saying he's the most efficient scorer in the league, but if you look at, he's shooting 45% from the field, which is not horrible considering he's taking 20 shots a night. He is shooting 38% from three, which is definitely good or solid, with on 8.1 3-point attempts per night, the most threes he's ever taken in his career. He is an 80% free throw shooter, which is a little down for him. He's a career 82% free throw shooter, 4.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists. One of the most impressive things for him, and he's still not a fantastic defender, but at least he's incorporating playing the passing lanes a little bit more than he ever did, averaging 1.5 steals a game, which I think is also significant. His effective field goal percentage is just under 53%, which is not the highest it's been in his career. This would be his second best year from that standpoint. Just really playing, I think, a solid year. And this could easily be lost in just the bad season that they've had. What I am waiting for him to have, and this is his best season as far as this is concerned, I'm waiting for him to be on the plus side of the defensive box plus minus category. So basically, if you don't know what that is, it's a box score estimate of the defensive points per possession, per 100 possessions that a player contributes above a league average. So translated to an average team. So you say the average team or the average player contributes this amount of defensive points to per 100 possessions. Zach is still on the negative side. But he's negative 0.8 this year, which is by far the best year he's had in that situation. And offense, he's at his best season is 3.3. So there's no question at all. This is the best season of his career. And one thing you also got to remember, Zach is only 24 years old. So he's just really now entering his prime. He'll be 25 in about a week. So his birthday's March 10th. He's just getting into what really is his prime. So things are pointing up for him. Unfortunately, we don't yet see that things are pointing up for the Bulls, but hopefully that's a place that we get to shortly. So that's all I got for you today. I would love to hear in the comments what you think about this season Zach is coming up with. What other Bulls do you want to hear us talk about? Obviously, the season is not looking that great. We got to continue to talk about the Bulls, though, either way. I appreciate you watching, as always. God bless and peace.
Pocket, I'll be weak. I'm rather unique.